What's up, guys? Right here at Spirit Halloween in Tarentum, PA at the Pittsburgh Mills Mall. I've been here a few times. This is usually a great store. Let's go inside and see what they got. All right, let's go in here. This is usually a great store. All right, they got the whole setup. And look, they have an empty space here. I wonder who's gonna go there. Probably Jack, because he is not here right now. But look at this girl. Hold on, this is the first time we're seeing her jaw without the hair in the way. That is too funny. I don't see a step pad for her. That's a little weird, so she must not be set up. That's okay, we'll go around here. There's the tombstone rocker who's actually on a step pad, unless he's not working. That's weird. Okay, we'll go over to Bullseye first. This is the first time that Bullseye is gonna get the first activation. A little quiet to hear his activation. We'll come back to this girl because she just went off, but there is Valak. Here's the fire demon. Hopefully he's working. $310, yes. His jaw is actually working. At the last store, his jaw wasn't working. Or his arms.
Warm yourself with the flames of my corrupted soul.
Very cool. And here is Monkey Business for $330. I love that. Monkey Business. One of my favorites. It's a tie between him and Trick or Treat Pete. Here's the sinister scarecrow. Let's get him going. See if he'll work. Yes.
Those pestering crows will not stay around after this.
Woo. He was talking about the crows. He would be great for a haunted hayride or a corn maze or something like that. Here's Mr. Owl. Hello, Mr. Owl. Tell us how many licks it takes to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop. Apparently it takes many licks. With the red eyes. Here's Trick or Treat Pete. Between him and Monkey Business are my favorites. I don't know which one. I believe this holds like 5 pounds worth of candy, but there's no way you're gonna get 5 pounds worth of candy in that hat. Check out my video setting him up if you want to see what I mean. That thing has a lot of problems working, but he is awesome when you do get him working. Here's Headcase Harry.
Did you know that every clown is mad?
Yes, indeed. Now come closer. It's our little trust experiment.
The best things in life usually come in pairs.
So take a candy and get the second one for free.
He's cool. Here's Granny. I hope she works. Here you go, Granny. Maybe not. Oh no. That's too bad. We love Granny. I wonder why she's not working. It seems like some of these they don't have plugged in. Let's see if Backbend Bonnie is plugged in. Yes, she is. There she is. A little slow, but definitely creepy. Here's the broken window of the train. This ISE is fantastic, and they have plenty of friends in here for us to look at. But right now, wait a minute, I just saw something up on the screen there that I haven't seen before up there. First, let's go over here and see if this works, please. Yes. That is very cool, and then the dial. Very awesome. I love this ISE. Here is the electrified corpse. Will he work? Maybe not. What in the world is going on here? Perhaps sitting scarecrow will work? Can we sit next to him? No, what in the world? Here's the rat though. From that angle, it looked like he had the wings from the owl. Let's see what they have on the floor here. I do see one Victor. I see a Colderness, which we've actually already seen this year on the floor at least once. How awesome. They have Dark Princess. Who's this over here? Two-Face Teddy. Still haven't seen him set up. I wonder why they wouldn't put him in that empty spot over there. Victor again. Fire Demon. Barnaby the Bear. Night Terror. They have, looks like 2 of him. Yes, 2 of him. A couple of the Cerberus. They're starting to have a lot of those at the stores lately. And a bunch of Sitting Scarecrow. More Night Terror. More Two-Face Teddy. And And it looks like they have at least one night owl and one mutant sewer rat. I actually haven't seen him at the stores too often lately. While we're waiting for people to clear out of the other areas, let's check out this area. They do have the pumpkins. I haven't seen them at the past few stores. Those are $40 a piece. This one's eating the guts. He's my favorite, but they also have the hand eater pumpkin right here. I love that. They're rubber. You can put them on the porch and they'll never rot. A bunch of inflatables over here, including the ghost face lunging 12-foot inflatable. I don't know if he's on clearance this year, but last year he was. This says $180. I'm curious to know if that is full price or if it is still on clearance. They have two of the 3-piece stacking ghosts. We love that. That's a brand new one for 2025. And they have a bunch of inflatables over here. They have the mini skeleton, mini jack-o'-lantern, owl, gargoyle, animated pumpkin cats. We're seeing a bunch of those. Reapers, inflatable coffins, hearses. There's the clown with the spinning eyes. Reapers, jack-o'-lanterns, more gargoyles and ghosts. And actually that's the 8-foot one. And then they have some of the 4-foot ones. And then wolves. And right down here they have some of the flaming cauldrons. I haven't seen those lately either. These have fabric to make it look like real fire. That's what it looks like when it's working. But where is the price on here? I don't see the price. It's a mystery. And they do have a couple of the tombstone rockers here. Here's the vampire. They have a couple of him. I haven't seen him lately either. Bleeding from the mouth and those fiery eyes. How much is he? $33. A little pricey for something that doesn't do anything, but he's cool. They have one of the hanging clown heads here. I haven't seen the hanging pumpkins in a while, but that's awesome. We saw him last year. He is $40. I wonder if we'll see anything new like that this year. Okay, she just stocked this up, and check out how many babies there are. There's the Frankenstein's monster. Michael Myers is down there. Chucky, we're seeing a lot of him so far, but he might sell out. $55 for him. Scheming Sally. What is this girl's name? I love her. She's Crawling Claudette. And they have Clobber and Claude here. We'll see if he works. Yes, he does. I love that. And then they have Scary Strawberry. That one's my favorite this year. We're seeing a bunch of Gutsy Gwen, which is awesome because I definitely want one of her. And then there's Barbara Wire down there and Ghostly Gus. And they have one teddy bear. We're seeing these a little bit here and there. They might not be too hard to find this year, but I would think that'd be a hot item. There's Sadistic Sadie. I think she's new for 2025, but she doesn't get much attention. Turns her head 360 degrees, speaks 4 lines, and makes creepy noises. And you can pose her arms. She's 2 feet tall. And here's the Swinging Witch and the Ghastly Ghost Girl on a swing. Still looking for new costumes in this section, especially animatronic costumes. I don't see any, though you could consider this an animatronic costume. Jack the Reaper, now that we have a Jack animatronic, and he is $45. Oh, sweet. This store has a bunch of the Jurassic Park stuff, including this staff. I think I've only seen it maybe once or twice, actually. John Hammond's cane, and you can actually look up to the light, and there's the mosquito. That is too cool. I actually really want to get this. That is $40. Then they have some awesome Jurassic Park hats for $20 each, but I would want to get one of the helmets, and the helmets are $15 a piece. Wow, the helmet is cheaper than the hat. Looky over here. They have Young He. This is the second time that we are seeing her in the store. Somebody asked me if the sensor's on her chin. It's actually right here, but she seems to be on a step pad. Yes, here we go. I can't really hear her very well. I think she's speaking a different language. There she goes. She's looking for movement. Yeah, she's speaking a different language. I wonder if there's different language settings on her. Somebody told me she's $600. I have no idea. They don't have a price thing up here, and I heard you can only buy her at the end of the year. But how awesome. She's always kind of tucked in over here away from everything else, so it's easy to miss her when you walk in. This is too funny. They have Garfield book bags. I think we saw these last year, but I love that. It looks like Garfield is hanging onto your back. That is $40. How cool. I love funny stuff like that. Plenty of plush things here, and look at this. They have all the Beetlejuice ones. There's Barbara right there, and they have Adam. I just gave away Adam recently. There's Beetlejuice. Here is Miss Argentina. And they even have this guy. This is from Corpse Bride. The Worm. How awesome. Oh, and there's, what is her name? Wednesday. How could I forget that? Wednesday Addams. Speaking of plush things, let's take a look at all the slippers. I haven't looked at those in a while. We've been seeing these a lot lately. The Shrek feet. I definitely want some of those. They have the Five Nights at Freddy's Freddy slippers. There's Deadpool, a popular one. Minions. There's the Beetlejuice ones. Nightmare Before Christmas. Killer Clowns is definitely definitely one that I want. Look at that. That is so awesome. I love Killer Clowns from Outer Space. That is $30. Here's a Pokemon one. Sam, of course, another favorite. These are Mickey's shoes, South Park, and that seems to be it for now. The dog costumes are on the other side, and I want to point these out because look at this. Cowboy Ride-On comes with a plush cowboy attached. That is awesome for $22. And I look at these almost every time, but they do have the pumpkins, and they have the skeleton bats, and the pumpkin friends. That is a whole plush body, and the skeleton, and the pink skeleton. Oh, look at this from Killer Clowns. They have the ice cream truck. That is too cool. $30 for him. And they have a few Ghostface here. If you want him, he's here. He's popular. $30 for him. They do have Spirit Halloween pajamas here. If you love Spirit Halloween, you're going to need those. That is $30. They also have Chucky. That's a cool one. Friday the 13th. There's a skeleton one, a clown one, and they have Sam PJs. Look at this. They have a Sonic Fall Guys costume. That is too cool. $60. And they have the Sonic rings. I love these. $30. I'm gonna start checking the Five Nights at Freddy's section every time to see if they have any new ones. They don't so far, but they do have Bonnie. $35. She's kind of hard to find. They have 2 of the hanging rats here. 25 bones for that. And they have 2 egg sacks and a bunch of other friends. I just noticed I skipped the best part in the store, and they have a bunch of cool stuff. There's the Halloween 2 string lights. Here's the Chucky with the knife that lights up. Oh, look at this. We haven't seen this in a while. The Halloween statue. Please let one of these work. Oh no, they're all out of batteries. But he does light up the jack-o'-lantern. And right behind them, we have a Mars Attacks atomic ray gun. I haven't seen that yet this year in the stores. That is $130. Did the price go up? I thought that was $100 before. I'll have to check on that because I have one of those with the original price tag. They have one Ghostface statue here with the light up jack-o'-lantern, and the knife is not broken. I've seen a ton of these with the knife broken. They have a bunch of the bobbleheads here. Leatherface, I have that one and I love it. Ghostface, I have it and I love it. Exorcist, I have it and I love it. And they have Scraps, and they have Bagwell. We won't go through the signs this time because we go through them all the time, but there you go. They have a ton of the very cool ones. Lots of good selections for the LEDs too. In fact, they even have the one with the rose and the ribs. And you know what? I also forgot to look at all these animatronics on the floor right at the exit of Madison Square Park, and they have a ton of good ones. Crypt Countess, Sinister Strawman is right there. Trick or Treat Pete, they have 2 of him. 2 of Valak the Nun. Monkey Business, they have 2 of him. Another Sinister Strawman and a Night Owl, and they even have a bunch over here too. Backbend Bonnie, Headcase Harry, 2 Bullseye, 1 Twisted Grandma, another Headcase Harry, Electrified Corpse. Do they have 3 of Headcase Harry? Jeez. Yes, they do. And Electrified Corpse is $150. My dad bought him. I set him up. He's awesome. And what is this? Reduced price for $195, originally $280. He was on display. His head doesn't turn for Victor. I wonder if you could fix that. But there you go. If you want him at a good price, he is here. And hold on, we just found something extremely cool. We've actually found like 3 of these, but they're supposed to be pretty rare. This is the tied up Chucky. His mask is down there. He's supposed to be wearing the mask, and he's tied up with rope. That is $100. A lot of people have been asking to help them find it. So there he is. They have 1 here and a bunch of the other ones. Wait a minute. Here is Trick or Treat Articulated Sam. I haven't seen that since last year, and it has a try me button. We can't listen to it because the music will play over it, but that's $60. And they have 2 of the Megan dolls.